right, if you guys could just say your names again and then your roles.
Hi, I'm Andrea Fellerman Yesack. I am a board-certified clinical pathologist, and I've spent my career developing vaccines and working on the safety of cancer drugs and vaccines, including COVID.
My name is Mark Lopatin. I'm a retired rheumatologist. I'm a long-standing healthcare advocate and the author of a book about how our healthcare system is failing patients.
Yeah, so tell me a little bit about how RFK's policies, as we talked about a little bit before, have already affected patients and how you see they're going to affect both patients and physicians.
Well, I think the main thing is it's destroyed patient trust. It's eroded patient trust. When you have a health problem, you want to be able to go to your physician, and the physician is the one who studied this, the physician is the one who knows you, rather than talking heads who have underlying agendas, telling you what's what and sabotaging scientific research for their own individual gains.
Yeah. Would you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, I feel badly for the patients, and I feel really badly for the family practitioners, the pediatricians, and the internists who are on the front lines. Mm-hmm. They're taking the flack from the patients by the doubts sown by RFK. They're being told that they profit off vaccination, which is not at all true. No one earns any money from giving you a vaccine. They don't know where to turn now for trusted resources. Our go-tos used to be the HHS, the CDC, the FDA. We are now having to rely on our medical societies and new evolving private organizations to get the information we need to treat our patients appropriately.
Yeah, and what does it mean to you today to have, healthcare practitioners all come out here on the same day that RFK is inside, just having all those people, together in one spot to say, hey, this isn't okay with us?
Well, we hope we get a large crowd today, but it's so important to speak out against what RFK is doing and how and acknowledge how he's hurting patients. We're seeing measles outbreaks. 2025 had the largest outbreak of measles in the country in 33 years, over 2,200 cases. And a lot of that is related to mistrust with vaccines and the idea that vaccines cause autism. I'm a parent of a child on the spectrum, and I resent his words about people with autism, pointing out that people with autism don't pay taxes. That's his first line. That's the reason we need to stop autism, because people with autism don't pay taxes. That's what came out. I actually wrote an op-ed on this back in June, speaking of this. And the other thing that is really a problem is the assault on facts and evidence and established science. And he's put an onslaught on that, and many people are buying into it to their own detriment.
Yeah, and I wanted to ask you both what you think, can be done. You talked about eroding patient trust, kind of looking forward a little bit positively optimistic. What, if anything, can be done to bring that trust back to patients to make things better for healthcare providers?
Well, for me, you asked about what this means for me today. I personally feel I put my life and soul in developing new and safe medicines, and to watch RFK destroy what is basically my life's work, it is soul destroying. So to see other people out here supporting it and realizing exactly how dangerous he is to the patients that I work so hard to make sure they have access to things that will help them is amazing.
Yeah.
I really needed this. I was feeling very, very sad lately. I think as scientists, we need to do a better job of simplifying the way we talk to the public so that they understand what we're doing, and making them understand that physicians aren't God. We aren't always 100% right. Science is our best guess, and that people have put decades of work behind the advice that they're giving you. As my mom used to say, nobody goes to school and gets 100 all the time. So thoughts change on what's the correct treatment. And what patients have to realize is that they have the right to ask us questions. But for most physicians, we went to school for years and really want to do what it is in our the best interest of the patients. We swore in our Hippocratic oath to do no harm. So if they realize that we're leading from the place of best intentions and ask us questions until they understand, then I think maybe we'll start to get someplace better for both the physicians and the patients.
Yeah.
And what I think we need to see is, I think we need to see our legislators take a stand. I think we need to see them go not so much along what the party dictates that they should do, but speak from their own moral conscience and recognize that RFK is hurting patients. I especially call upon the 4 Senate physicians to speak out against RFK. And I think that the legislature needs to take steps to remove RFK from office.
Yeah.
And he's done an awful lot of things that we'll talk about that have compromised patient care. We need to remove him from office.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a civics, aficionado, so I don't know what has to happen for that. But I rely on the legislature, and too often we are seeing legislators kowtow to their party rather than do the right thing and stand up for their own principles. We need Congress to rediscover their integrity. And we need Congress to grow a spine.
And on the state level, I have to say that I'm very proud to see that Pennsylvania went into the initiative with other northeastern states to not listen to the vaccine advice. And I think our Governor Shapiro is doing an excellent job of trying to support physicians and healthcare providers here.
One other thing to point out, we talk about legislators standing up to the party. Realistically, we're talking about the Republican Party for the most part. Both Andrea and I are both registered Republicans.
Yeah.
So it's not like a Democratic, speaking out against those bad Republicans. We are Republicans. And we're seeing our party do things that harms patients.
And this is an issue that transcends politics. This
Absolutely.
is what affects every single Pennsylvanian and American. And this is not about Republican or Democrat. This is what's about doing the best for the people of this country.
Yeah. Thank you guys. Thank you.